Question, can we do some good activity for the benefit of others? And the answer is yes, and the proof is in Brahma Purana and other Puranas describes about karma tattva and how to deal with karma. Many details are there. I read Padma Purana, Skanda Purana in entirety. I got them from Munshi Manoharlal. It's like 45 volumes. Somebody bought them for me. I gave them away. I read them all. I went through it finding good stuff. It's too much stuff. It's kind of problems, like 35. Anyway, so there you can find it in the Ekasi book in English. Ekasi Devari, you can find it. Describes Ekasi Brat. And it explains how different people observe different wives or kings. Kings would observe for their ancestors. Wives would observe for their husbands who got cursed by a rishi, become a ghost or a Buddha or Prat. And they would do some Ekadasi, and they would take a Sankalp. Sankalp means solemn vow, statement of purpose, statement of intention. I'm doing this for this. So according to your Sankalpa, that's the result you get. So I say, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, you get money. So you chant Hare Krishna give you money. Mantra gives mantra fall. But the fall is determined by your Sankalpa. It all works together. There's Sankalpa, there's mantra, there's sadhana, mantra sadhana, then there's mantra fall, result. So intention is the main thing, intention. Why are we doing what we're doing? For what purpose? The purpose of your activity is called intention, and intention means Sankalpa, basically. Firm vow, resolution, determination. Today's Ekadasi. Gurudev said we should do Nirajala Ekadasi, so I'm going to try my best. I pray the mercy of Krishna, Radharani, and Awaita Prabhu, and Gurudev, please give me the strength and power to observe Nirajala Ekadasi today, and be awake and not sleep all day. And so I did it, I did Nirajala Ekadasi, I slept 12 hours a day. No, awake and doing Bhakti Bhajan and Nirjala, that's very nice. You can, the main thing is do Bhakti Bhajan, eat or not eat. So there's clear example that people have done activities for benefit of others. So it applies across the board. Whenever you say some prayers, before you say prayers, take a sankalpa. I'm saying these prayers for so-and-so's benefit. That's an activity, it's called punya karma or it's bhakti sadhana. Well, everything we do is bhakti sadhana. Bath is not punya, it's bhakti sadhana. Lema bhakti comes under the category of pada sevana, serving the holy dham, taking bath, etc. And also guru seva, our Gurujan ordered us to bathe there. Das Goswami, Krishna Kaviraj, Upa Goswami, Shamrita says we should bathe in Radha Kunda. So we're following our Gurujan. So you'll get result. I knew this principle for years, and I'm always advising grihastas because we deal most everyone's married, that's the way life is. So one lady told me, she said, my husband is he's an okay guy, he's vegetarian and all that, but he doesn't like to see me doing anything spiritual in front of his face. He doesn't want to see me reading a spiritual book or walking around with Java beads. This stuff, I don't want to see that stuff. His house is his house, and she's part of it, I guess. She's his wife. Chauvinistic Indian Bob. But anyway, he just has that idea. He's a nice guy. He's a Hindu, and does all his rituals of Hinduism and whatnot. Devi Puja, Jagara, and all this stuff. Shiva Puja, Vishnu Puja, Krishna Puja, Dhammasana, all this stuff he does. But he wasn't very favorable for our practice of bhakti. It was not very favorable at all. But I said, listen to what you do. When you observe Ekadasi twice a month, take a sankalpa, hey Bhagavan, hey Sri Krishna, give the punya or the purity or whatever, the credit, whatever credit I get, whatever benefits and credits I get by pleasing you, by performing Hari Vastra, the day of Hari Katha. Please give that to so-and-so, my husband. So I read also in Hari Bhakti Vilas, or maybe it's in the Ekadasi book, I forget where, I think it's Hari Bhakti Vilas, when you take a sankalpa to perform some spiritual activity for the benefit of another person, you get the benefit, 100 times benefit of the activity you did, and that person your sankalpas for gets 1. That's a great encouragement to be compassionate for others. Because everybody's always telling me, hey, when you do Nirjala Kasi, what do you think of me? And I don't bargain in austerity bargaining. I just say, no, you do your thing, I do mine. I say, think of me. I think of Krishna. I don't have time to think of you. Not this time. This is Hari Vastra. Hari Vastra is Hari. So it's definitely bona fide. It's definitely works, prayers. This is why all these people around the world are praying for devotees in Ukraine. That's why they're still alive. They're alive by the power of prayer and the mercy of Krishna. It's powerful. Everyone's crying for them. Everyone's doing puja for them. Radha Goswamis are doing yogis and pujas. That's not a small thing. It's a big thing. In Vrindavan, in the 7th canto Bhagavatam's verse, it says, when you do some good thing of punya karma or spiritual activity of Vrindavan, you get 1,000 times better. It's Sahasra Svaladi, Sanskrit. Sahasra Svaladi. Get 1,000 times the benefit.
Is it this? Is it shloka?
Yeah, 7 canto Bhagavatam. I'll send it to your email. Nothing, in other words, you chant japa, and it says punya karma. Punya means, word punya means beautiful. It means beautiful, it means seva, it means pleasure. Pleasurable activities is punya. The most pleasurable activity one can do is to serve God. So our commentators explain that punya always means service in relation to Bhakti Shastra. Like in the Bhagavatam describes the coward boys of Vrindavan, how they became coward boys in Krishna's Leela. The verse says, Krita Punya Punja. Krita Punya Punja, it says in Sanskrit. Krita Punya Punja. So they did thousands of pious activities in their previous life, they got promoted. Vishnu clearly says, punya here doesn't mean pious activities, karma kanda activities, it means bhakti sadhana. They were sadhana siddhas in Sakyarati. How they became coward, how they entered Vrindavan Leela, the same way we're going to enter Vrindavan Leela. Not by Krita Punya Punja. By bhakti, heaps of something, mountains of something, but it means bhakti and chanting mantra and seva and all these things. And the ultimate factor is kripa. If you do everything but you don't get kripa, you don't go anywhere. Just have a pocket full of good bhakti sanskars. Carry on next way. Sometimes people come to the level of Baba Bhakti, they don't attain prema in one life. Krishna doesn't want to give it. So on your own sadhana, you can come to Baba. By each sadhana, you can come to Baba. But Braja Prem, Krishna may not give it to you. May come to Baba Bhakti. And you say, well, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not having spurtis, I'm not having experience. Krishna says, you have to come around again, boy. I want to see you again over here. So it's no formally figured out on paper. Well, I'll do everything I'm supposed to do. Okay, good. Now it's up to him. Spooky, You work 100 bursts and finally come to Bob and say, okay, I'm going to make it. No. Got to take another birth. Exasperation, separation, more intensity, more eagerness, more attachment. That's what Krishna wants. You have to become mad like a gopi. Till we become mad like a gopi, we can't take Krishna. Hey Radhe, Brajadevi, Kechadalite, Hey Nanda Sinakuta, Gosham Tavadi, Sriko Vardhana Pada Pakle, Kalindi Vanikata. They're going mad. They're all gopis. 6 Goswamis are all gopis, and Srinivasa Acharya is a gopi. He took Sthira Pradali from home.
Raghunath Bhattacharya.
Gopal Bhatta Goswami, thank you. Gopal Bhatta, Radha.
Oh, Racha.
Chapter 6.
Yeah.
Prem Vilas. Nityananda Das.
Which you published?
No, I don't know. Ishvara. Saram. Touchstone Media.
Yeah, people are, devotees are asking me, why is saying Shastra that there's such a thing as Siddha Pranali? Whoever gave Siddha Pranali, it's like that. Prem Vilas, right? It was written by Nityananda Das, who was a personal, one of the most intimate associate of Janavana, the head of our line.
Jai
Jai
Nitai Gaura Sita. That's an equal time there, Not Nitai Gaura, okay, good, but I was good before, but now, hey, wait a minute.
Nitai Gaura
Sita. Yeah. Well, don't forget us. For a minority, okay, we still count. And wait till private lives count also. They say black lives count, women's lives count. Well, wait till private counts also. Wear a T-shirt. We count too. Wait till Shishya lives count. Right. So is that clear, Daji?
Yes. So it's okay to take snan in order to on behalf of someone else.
Yeah, why not? I do it all the time.
Maybe it's my false ego. I think that I can do spiritual activity for someone else.
No, you can.
Okay, that's very encouraging.
You pay somebody to chant your rounds for you. You gotta look, I'm real busy this week. I give you $100, you can chant 60 rounds for me. Okay, good, $100. I don't think you can do it like that. But that's what people do. They pay Brahmin, because they do that. They actually, the Karma Kanda people, they pay Brahmins to do stuff for them. They're too busy making money. So they pay a Brahmin to do yagas and pujas for their benefit. Satyanarayan puja and Shanti Homa and all this stuff. And they can do it themselves and hire a Brahmin. They have, it's not even done in their house, it's done in a Brahmin's house on behalf of them. You take the Sankalpa and they just charge up the bill. And you get results. This is Shastra. I didn't finish my story. It's not recorded. Anyway, I don't know if I even recorded the last one. So this lady I told her doing Nirjala Ekadasi, or Ekadasi, whatever she did, Nirjala. And then after about a year, she calls me up and she says, I can't believe it. I said, well, I can't believe. I believe anything in this now, by now. She said, my husband came down this morning after breakfast and he took out a notebook. He's a businessman. He wrote out a notebook. He said, I'm going to write down the terms and conditions. The husband talking about the wife. Interesting way to talk to your wife. So I'm going to write down, she's another business partner or something, You got a business and his wife's another partner. So I'm going to write down terms and conditions. I decided, right? Krishna made him take this decision because his wife did this tapasya, bhakti tapasya. So here's this first thing, you can chant Hare Krishna on your beads in front of me. Second thing, you want to read Shastra in the temple, they had a temple room, they had a separate temple room house. You want to read Shastra, you can read in the temple room, but don't bring the books in the bedroom and all around the place. Just you go in the temple room and read. And then this and that. And you can observe because it won't bother you and make you eat or anything like that. And the fourth thing, I'm going to take you to Vrindavan next week and buy a flat for you.
That's pretty good. It's a story. It's a real story, huh?
So I recommended this recommendation for 4 or 5 grihastas. Now I got fantastic results. So I'm really convinced about the power of it. Literally, practically, I've seen it. From point zero to like unbelievable, buying a flat. It's in her name. Sorry. I saw it disappear.
I speak only Russian and I can't understand something. Very, very okay. Sorry.
She doesn't know English?
She can understand something, but not everything.
You can
Huh?
She can understand, but she cannot understand everything.
Okay.
But can you translate to her? So she says.
Oh, she's busy. Got a phone call. Everything is like that. You look, you pay attention here, all of a sudden your attention goes there. Well, that's better over there. It's hard to keep your mind fixed or down. There's so many dramas, so many stages. Everywhere's a stage, like Shakespeare, everywhere's a stage. Like you're just talking, change up. Hey, look at you're singing with somebody. Look at that monkey. Oh, stop, jumping, stop. Look at all these. Monkey's holding on to a back, sitting on the top of a dog like a jockey on a horse, and the little monkey sitting down. And dog's running back and forth in front of the sangam. You know, the sangam. You're on the other side by the Sunday market, looking east, looking Radha Kunda and sangam, and you're just kind of looking at the water change. Hey, look, your friend's not so attentive, you know. Look at that! I said, oh my God! Watch out for 5 minutes. Dog's running this way and then turn that. He's trying to get the monkey off its back. They have a phrase like that. Get the monkey off my back, you know. Some slang term, you know. Monkey's on my back. Get off my back. So the dogs go, whoa. It's funny, you know. Okay. Question. Let's see. Let's get on. Question. Question. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe.
If no one has a question, oh, good.
Okay, sir.
What's your name? Huh? Emantas. It's a Ukrainian name. That is not.
No, it's not.
Hemanta is the name of winter season.
Or Lithuanian, I don't know.
Hemanta.
Emanta. Emanta.
Hemanta.
Emantas.
But the name doesn't matter.
It's the name for a season, like winter, spring, Hemanta.
Yeah.
Hindi Hemanta means first part of the dry part of winter. First part of winter is dry, and the second part of rainy is called Shirsha. Shirsha means ice, means cold. Shirsha. So what is his name, Hemanta? His birth name?
No, it is my birthday, yes.
You can give him
My
that
parents-
right now, no problem.
My
He
parents
would
gave
love
his
it.
name.
His name is his parents.
Nice
gave him.
name. It's a Hindi name. It's a Sanskrit name. Hemanta. Hemanta Ritu. Ritu means season. It's
Without
Amen.
pain.
I got S in it. I got S.
okay. What's your question?
Emantas.
My question is, why so much fear? It's like fear to surrender or fear something bad going to happen. Was is it lack of faith, even though Krishna says like it's just going to be, protect us? Or is it our mind?
Why do so
Maybe.
much fear?
Okay, well,
Well, yes, I can
Why
talk
is
about
there so
myself.
much fear
Wait.
to surrender?
Why are we afraid of surrender?
So much
Because
afraid
unknown
to
waiting for
surrender.
us, or we don't know what's.
He's asking why so much fear. Does it mean that it's lack of surrender, or is it?
Was it lack of faith?
Or is it lack of faith?
What is the cause of fear?
Actually,
Yes, yes.
If we surrender to Krishna, why fear come? If he promised that he will protect and give what we need and say what we have, like that's how I
Yes.
understand.
Yeah.
Comes from lack of transcendental knowledge.
Yes.
Fear is an anartha. So when you get transcendental knowledge and you're studying transcendental knowledge, eventually conviction will come. Conviction brings fearlessness. You have to study more. You're not convinced about the all-pervading nature of Krishna. You're not convinced about Krishna protection like you're seeking. So how do you get convinced? You have to learn more about Krishna. You have to know more about Krishna. You can't trust somebody unless you know them. Right? Go up to any stranger. Here's the key to my car. Can you go bring it over to me? Where is it? The guy's got a big Ferrari or something. Thank you. He goes to the next country, repays it, has a new car. Right? So how can you surrender to Krishna if you don't know him? You want to trust him. He's not going to, why should you protect me? I'm just nobody. That's not what he says in the books. If you read the books, you get convinced and see all the stories how he protects the devotees. This is coming out.
Yes, yes.
You'll see how he protects the devotees, and then you'll get some conviction from that. Thank you.
And also, when he says Shishapita Vishvaso in the 600 of surrender, it doesn't mean to protect the body, because the body is going to go today, tomorrow. It means to protect your bhakti, to protect your bhajan. So if you understand you're not your body, there'll be no fear anymore.
Knowledge is the essential element required here. Transcendental knowledge.
What's with the soul of transcendental knowledge?
Yeah, it's all fourth and fifth chapter of Gita describe the power of transcendental knowledge. Chapter 4, chapter 5. Chapter 6 also. That's why the emphasis on bhakti begins by hearing. Hearing means reading, hearing from saintly people and reading. That bhakti doesn't start with chanting japa. That's much later. That's a sadhana. You start chanting japa after you meet Guru. They're all upside down. They tell everybody to chant japa till your head falls off. They're chanting, why am I chanting japa? Who is this Krishna? It's all big. First you have to study. You have to get transcendental knowledge. So he says hearing. He says hearing, then chanting. You didn't hear anything, so how are you going to chant? Your mind will be spaced out. The development of transcendental knowledge creates sufficient mental purity so you can chant. Because chanting is fruitless without attention. You can't be attention when you have shape in your mind because your mind is contaminated. So transcendental knowledge removes the contamination from the mind and from the chitta, and then your mind becomes peaceful and you can chant properly and attentively. The biggest problem with chanting is aparadh because of inattention. They force people, chant beads, it's like some magic beads or something, Put your fingers on it, all of a sudden magic happens. Most people don't get anything happen. They haven't heard properly. The Guru gives beads, in Gaudiya Vaisnava they don't get beads, they just do Hari Nam. They don't get, the Guru gives the beads, no bhaktas walks around with a bead bag in Gaudiya Vaisnava. They're told not to chant beads. You do Harinam Sankirtan together on the streets, and you do bhajans and kirtan and temple devotees, hear classes. No one's giving beads. That's not the new Bhakti program in Gaudiya Vaisnava. That's Bhakti Siddhanta's program. Shiva Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. What does Krishna say in the Gita? Tat Shrinu. He says, Tat Shrinu. Shrinu. Have you heard this? Tat means this, that. Have you heard what I said? Did you hear it? Yeah, I did. Tell me again. So hearing is the most important thing. When Gurudev gave me Diksha, I was sitting there and he said, turn your left ear to me. I said, why? He said, have to purify your hearing from the left side. So in the beginning of Diksha, he chanted Panchatava mantra in my left ear and Maha mantra in my left ear, then my right ear. He's giving them Panchatava mantra and Hari Krishna mantra. He said, first turn your left ear, I have to purify your hearing. You're all crap in your left ear. A ear doctor has to go and get all the wax out, you know. That's cool. And he told me to do the same when I give Diksha. So.
And then the Diksha mantra is in the right ear.
Yeah, that's right.
For men. Or for everyone.
What do I mean?
Both men and women.
We don't have gender consideration in our department.
Okay. That's good to know.
Everyone's Atma, isn't it? Paramatma. What was that question? Was that question, did that answer it somewhat? We scored that one. Okay.
If no one else has a question, I have another question.
No, we have a new entry. Wait, you had one.
I had my question.
No, I have a family member with me. I show preference to my family members. Sorry. You know, India's like that. If you're a family member, you get in the door, you're not going to get out. You see the now, see. Got nice bees. Your bees look smart. Look like a real Baba. Nice. Looks nice. Looks nice. And the beard and everything look really cool. Good looking sadhu.
You look like a sadhu.
Just
See, the
laziness.
wife got a good catch with it. Okay, what's the
At
other
least I
question?
look like.
Anyway, whatever, so far like, what's the question, the other question?
I was sick the last day, so
20 questions. My Gurudev used to, when I used to go see my Gurudev, he wouldn't say you have a question, he said, where's your paper? You pull out your paper. And he knows I gotta pull out a paper with 20 questions on. Same Guru Parampara, almost the same.
Yes.
All the way to Ananda Gopal is the same, and after that it's Sanat Babaji, my Gurudev and me. Sri Babaji. Sri Maharaj also. Yeah.
yes, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
In the spiritual world, when we make offerings, we also offering tulsi leaves, or is this only in the sadhaka body?
What's the question?
In the spiritual world, as manjaris, we also offer tulasi leaves. If you offer them a dish or so, is there also tulasi leaves in the dishes, or is this only here in the sadhaka body in this world?
This reality of offering Krishna is Nitya Seva. Krishna loves Tulsi. It says in the 10th canto Bhagavatam, describing Krishna's mala, it says the gopis make flower malas and tie Tulsi manjaris in them a flower mala. And the bees are gathering around the Tulsi manjari because they have extraordinary fragrance, and bees like Tulsi flowers. So the malas, like we offer, in the old days when you go to Banki Vihari temple where they sell malas, or wherever they used to sell malas, they get a leaf blade, they put a mala, and they would sprinkle Tulsi manjaris on top of the leaves. And you go in, offer your mala to the Bajari, and if you didn't have Tulsi leaves, Bajari would say, hey, where's the Tulsi? You can't offer a mala without Tulsi. Now they kind of did away with it, you know. Yoga brush should be Jayate. Things fall apart at a time. Sit here. Baba, you're getting big now, big boy now. It's really cool. Healthy. You got a good suntan too. Get all that oil out of here. get out of the camera. So what's the question? The question this gentleman is asking is, in the sadhaka group we offer Krishna Bhagavad Tulsi, and in our Manjri's group do we offer Krishna Bhagavad Tulsi? The answer is yes. Radharani puts Tulsi on, she doesn't do it, the Manjris do it in the kitchen, none of Baba's kitchen. We put Tulsi on the Manjri, on the offering, because Krishna likes it. Whatever we do is for Krishna's pleasure. As above, so below. We offer arti. We only offer, you can't say your question. We offer arti, we offer Mangal arti to Krishna here. We offer arti there, it's called Sakhi arti. Radharani arti. Vishaka offers a gilam to Krishna and Kunj. And Yashoda offers arti when he comes back from Gochan. Uttara goes to Lila, Yashoda offers a gilam so to Krishna, and they look and they offer a gilam, and they're holding a gilam like a flashlight, like a torch, looking around for any bruises or cuts or scratches or stuff like that. Rohini inspecting Krishna's body. So it's okay, right?
So that means in the spiritual world there is
Zartik also.
yeah, there is Tulsi Devi as a person and also Tulsi plants.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, yeah. Just my question.
Just like what my Guru Devi taught me, when we do Puja Tulsi, we don't offer Amaniya, we offer Krishna's Prasad. Because Brinda Devi is a Sakhi, and she lives right near Nadagram in Guptakund and Vrindakund, and she's Krishna's Sneha Adhika Sakhi. Tanishta Sakhi and Brinda Devi are Krishna's Sneha Adhik. They have more love, and they have unlimited love for Radharani, but they have more love for Krishna. So Krishna's Sneha, Adhik means extra affection for Krishna. He's communicating, he's transmitting his message to his mother. This is his cell phone. He's looking at, he's communicating her by drishti, Just like the sea turtle lays its eggs in the ocean sand, and it swims around the ocean and meditates on the turtle. Like baby's there in the egg, the turtle meditates on the egg. By the meditation, the turtle grows up. It's a phenomenon of nature. So we're meditating on our swarup inside our heart, not in our heart, our swarup's there. We're meditating on it, and we'll get it someday. We'll see it first, we'll see it, then we'll get it. What's this, yogi food or what is this? Dry stuff, man. Where's the rods? Shooks from rods. Dry stuff. Puffy, what they call it? What's the Hindi name? What they call puppies? Modi. Back we call puppies. Cultural craziness. We call puppies. Americans are very clever and intelligent, right? Okay, is that okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Daji Swamiji Maharaj, Babaji Maharaj. That's not recording. I'm recording now. Your question.
Okay,
Thank you.
Guru is not a person, Guru is a tattva. Now this is a very enigmatic kind of statement.
Yeah, it's like the Buddhist meditation. Meditate on the sound of one hand clapping. Can you hear it?
No.
It's shunya. It's shunya. It's zero.
Zero.
Nothing. Meditate on the sound of one hand clapping. You hear it?
No.
Wow, your ears are clean your ears. So Guru is Guru a tattva or is Guru a person? I say he's both. He is Chinta Veda Veda Tava. He's a person and he represents Guru Tava. He represents Tamasi Guru Sri Krishna. Some total all gurus is Krishna Samasi Guru, and localized representative Samasi Guru is Sadguru Diksha Guru. And Shiksha Guru also. It's not good, you know, and everywhere where I see it in the highest conception of transcendental ontological reality, everything is two. Because we worship two. So everything we see is two. And we say it's a Chinta Bait and a Bait. It's a Bait, it's one, and it's Bait, it's two. That premise, that philosophy you'll find everywhere in Leela and Tava and everything in Gaudiya Vaisnava siddhanta. Everywhere it's one and it's two.
It's one and different simultaneously.
One and different simultaneously. And Krishna was Radharani, but he's also separated from Radharani. There's not always Nitya Nikunja Leela like the Nimbargis have Nitya Nikunja Leela, that's their conception. But their conception is a dual thing. Sometimes together, sometimes not. Sometimes Krishna becomes Radharani, sometimes Radharani becomes Krishna. Right there in Krishna Bhavanamrita, they dress each other up in different clothes, and Radharani takes the role of Krishna, and Krishna takes the role of Radharani. And, hey, your friend, Krishna's Radharani, hey, don't touch me. Why are you touching my chest for? Get out of here. Nonsense. Oh, sorry. And then Radharani is Krishna, calls it, Krishna is Radharani's feet, and there's all this. This is an interesting leela. So is Krishna Radha, or is Krishna Krishna, or Krishna Radha and Krishna? One. But our brains are so narrow, very narrow brain, very linear, length, width, and depth. Length, width, and depth. What about the fourth dimension? The fifth dimension? Almost. Sarvagata, in the Adi Leela chapter 1, verse 18, Adi Leela chapter 5, verse 18, describes Vaikuntha sphere, the spiritual sky. It says, Sarvagata Vivu Ananta, it says, Upari. It's all pervading, it's unlimited, it's great, it's up, it's down. Upa and Ari, Upari. It's in Bengali, it's like Sanskrit. We're a spiritual world. It's inside, it's outside, it's everywhere. My brain's blowing up. Stop. Okay, you're not even with a low family. You look good. It looks good. You got a gold star with you like today. Okay. Oh, dude. Okay.
If Guru wasn't a person, how would you meet him in the spiritual world, and how would he take you to?
Am I a person? I think I was so. I thought it was. If Guru is not a person, Krishna is not a person. Yeah, you're in the wrong school for that idea, you know. This is not a waiting school, this is a waiting school. This is not the oneness school. This is not the school of oneness. This is the school of duality. Transcendental duality. Shinta Beta Beta Tava. You have a question?
Maharaj, can you please share the Leela, how Manjari put tilak on the Radharani? Some Leelas, please.
Question is asked,
Sweetness.
how Leelas where Radharani's getting tilak put on her forehead by the Manjaris. Whenever whenever tilak gets washed off or sweated off, then the manjris have to put new tilak on. That's some fast action. Yeah, really. Important call. So, the first tilak of the day is in Nikunjalila. Nishant Lila. Nishant Lila is 3:36 in the morning to 6 a.m. Radharani's wake up in the Kunj and everything is gone except her golden complexion. Her tilak is gone, her kajal is gone, her lipstick is gone, her kumkum powder, everything's gone. It's all on a bed, flower bed on Krishna's body. On his lips, on his eyes, it's everywhere. So you have a lot of work to do. When she wakes up, showing Manji's putting lipstick on, another Manji's putting her kajal on, another lipstick, another Manji's putting tilak on. There's all busy bees there, like, beehive, there's one queen bee, there's 60,000 worker bees, 100,000 worker bees. They're all tending to the queen. She's just there. They're picking her feet, or cleaning her toenails, and rubbing her fur and whatever, taking care of the queen bee. One queen for every beehive. There's 100,000 bees in a beehive. A lot of Sevites. So Radharani has thousands of manjaris and serving her. You're specialized. Like a hospital, they have specialists, neurosurgeon. He doesn't play with your toenails, He doesn't cut your toenails. Somebody else does that. Pedicurists or manicurists, whatever. He specializes in cutting over your head and playing out your brain. Neurosurgeon, high tech stuff. So every manjari seva is perfect and blissful and intimate and connected directly to Radharani. So first tilak is at Nishan Lila. So now Radharani runs home to Yavat. When she gets home, she goes in her bedroom and she falls asleep. First she comes in, she sees that Jatila hasn't gotten up yet because she sleeps late. She's got a Tamagun, because Radharani gets there before sunrise. So Radharani gets in her bedroom and she sleeps, and she wakes up. Before her mother comes in, she has to have tilak on. But she ran so fast home and everything sweated off her forehead from running away from the Kund, and also because of anxiety of being separated from Krishna. Her body is overheating, is already burning in separation. So when you're burning in separation, everything melts, everything dissolves. So tilak all melt out of her. So when she wakes up, she washes her face, and then she goes and puts some new tilak on. So the second tilak is, so many tilaks are going on. Right? And she runs to, tilak, right, and then she bathes, then she takes a bath. That's tilak to greet her mother-in-law. Then she takes a bath, and there's another tilak to see Krishna in Yashoda. She goes out for walking over there. It was a hot summer day, maybe the tilak is off her head before she gets to Nandagram. So before they go up to Nandagram, the manjari says, Radharani, wait. Your tilak is not looking good. Spit it out. Just sit on this bench over here at the entrance. At the entrance, there's a gate at the bottom of the hill, and there's an arch there, and there's under the arch there's sitting platforms. And so Krishna sits there, look at the gopis and stuff when they come through the gate, and then he watches them when they go by. He's looking at them and stuff. But so Krishna. Radharani gets here before Krishna gets here. So Manjari says, sit down, and then Manjari puts on tilak there at the gate. So when Radharani gets up to the top of the hill, it's very fresh for Yashoda. Yashoda has a darshan, and Krishna sees her. So many times, after Yamuna's bath, after Radha Kunda bath, after Raslila, every time. So it's Shiva all day long, Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. Okay?
more, please.
You'll find more in your meditation. Playtime. Put some fuel in your belly, now you're going to play. Okay, get out of here. Go to mommy. No. Okay.
Maharaji,
What? Yeah, wait a second. What? Yeah, you're going to ask a question. Okay, go ahead.
Some years back, you were telling Maharaj that you were meditating. Sri Radha, she have pendant with Krishna's face on it, and he smiles.
I can hear you.
Radharani, you mentioned years back that Radharani has a pendant with Krishna face.
With Krishna's face, and Krishna has pendant with Radharani's face. And few years back, you were telling about your meditation, how Krishna smiles on Radharani's pendant. What kind of smile
Yes,
he
I
have?
remember.
Like, is it small smile? Is it with a little teeth? Is it like full smile? Like,
Yeah, good
can you tell
memory.
us?
A very good memory.
It was very memorable.
Yeah, good brain. So what do you want to
So-
say?
Smile.
We want to know because then you didn't tell us, and you said that your Guru Maharaj told you to continue meditation. You will see. So I just want to know how Krishna smiles on Radharani's pendant.
Well, he smiles at everyone differently. Everything is individual there. There's no photocopies, no Xerox copies. He smiles one way to Yashoda, another way to Matamangal, another way to Radharani, another way to Chatila. I think he smiles the way Radha Raman smiles. He's a little bit, lives a little bit over, you see some of his teeth. Beautiful white, very white teeth. But it's a little seductive smile also. Radha Raman's smile is also some seduction there. If you have female bhav, you can see it. Female bhav, I didn't say gender. You may have feminine gender, have male bhav. Female bhav. I like that question, it's very nice. I pray you see it, Krishna smile. Jaya Radhe. Did you go in there last year?
In the Kartik classes, Gulab Kusmanjali, you mentioned that Krishna becomes unconscious in the Kunja. And that Leela we meditate by chanting our mantras, especially Kamgayatri mantra, that he becomes unconscious. And Radharani tells to Nandaris that he is Krishna and he, in between, he became unconscious while the play.
What? What's that? You became unconscious while this?
While the love play, he became
Yeah,
unconscious
yeah,
in
yeah.
between. So you said this Leela we can meditate while doing a Kamgayatri mantra.
It's meditation.
Yes, good. And the meditation means it is like Krishna who attracts the gopis. Krishna is all attracted, he attracts the gopis' hearts. He has the five, he attracts all the five senses of the gopis. Like that. Inside. So I want to ask which thing we have in that Leela can we meditate? In the meaning, and this Leela is little bit different type of Leela.
No, they're connected. You keep meditating and see the connection. Because Krishna's Kamade Vaya. Krishna's Kamade Vaya, so he's the Lord of transcendental romance and love and amorous attraction. So he stimulates and excites the amorous attraction of the gopis with his form and with his rupam and with his fragrance of his body and with his voice and with the touch of his hands and with the taste of his lips. So they become stimulated and their beauty increases like unbelievably. And Krishna touches them with his 5 arrows, Panchabhana, of his form and his fragrance and his voice and his touch and the taste of his lips. They become excited and they become 10 times, 100 times more beautiful. And Krishna becomes excited by seeing their beauty. And he gets so excited and then they have engaged in romance after that, especially Radharani. She's the greatest Vallabha of Krishna. She's the Gopijana Vallabha. Krishna loves all the gopis, but he loves Radharani most of all. So then Krishna gets excited, so they go in the Kunj, engage in Kunj Leela. And Radharani, knowing Krishna's heart, takes a male role and Krishna overcomes Krishna, he faints. He loses his body, he becomes Ananga, he loses his body. He collapses. And Vrindavan Mahamrita, there's a verse we described in class, in Vrindavan Mahamrita class also. It says that Radharani comes out of the kunja and she complains to her mandris. She says, hey Mandri, listen, what is wrong with this Krishna? Krishna was fainted in the kunja. Krishna had fainted on top of Radharani. I mean, he fainted, Radharani was on top. Krishna fainted, went unconscious. And Radharani was eager for more love sports. So she said, what is this guy? So she came out of the kunj on the viti, it says in Sanskrit, on the footpath outside the kunj. Radharani met with her mandris, and it says mantrita, the word says mantrita means she confided, mantrita means she confided, she spoke, she had counsel, she counseled the mandri. So what's with this sham? Every time we engage in lovemaking, when I get excited, then he faints, he peters out. And even though Lita preaches to him and tries to encourage her, he just is like dead to the world, can't move. So can you give me some advice? It's a great verse from Vrindavan Mahamrita, maybe 16th Sattanga or so. I gave class sometime, Sunday, Satsang, whatever. It's really amazing verse. Instead, in the Sanskrit, because I went through my favorite verse to Vrindavan Mahamrita, where I didn't like the translations from Gaudiya Vaisnava, because I don't have this one edition. I marked those verses, about 50, 60 verses. I discussed them personally with Vaitadas. When he was here in 2013, 14, I think, last time we met, we discussed Hari Katha together, the two of us. And he said there's a Sanskrit word there in the verse that says kadana. So kadana is translated when Radharani is defeating Krishna in love sports. But he looked up in the Sanskrit dictionary, and the word kadana means slaughter. Radharani was slaughtering Krishna in their loving sports. Radharani was kadana. Kadana means he was Radharani was slaughtering Krishna, cutting his, destroying and blowing him up, Ajit Krishna became totally defeated by Ajit Paramajit Radharani. Krishna's never called Ajit, never defeated, he's always victorious. But before Radharani, he's Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe. So that's an amazing verse from Radha Kunda. intimate Kunja Lila. And that shows how much intimacy, how much confidentiality, how much trust Radharani has in her manjaris. She doesn't tell this to the Sakhis. She tells it to manjaris. But I talked about all verses from Radha Maharaj about manjaris. Keep meditating. Meditate till you see it and feel it. My dear, you can't do everything once. You gotta play with your puppies. Yeah, good puppy. Puppy. You're a great kid, huh? Warm and dog. Robin family. Vaishnava. Good guy. Hey, real Robin. Eat, then what? Eat, then what? Okay, now do it, guys. Question?
I have a question.
Okay, here we go.
More practical question. I want to know if it's true and if yes, from where it comes, because I heard that cotton clothes we have to wash. Cotton clothes you have to wash after 1 day, but for example silk is one of the most pure, and even more pure is wool cloth. Wool cloth you can even go, it can become chuta, you can for example drink and eat and it doesn't get muchi, you can still wear it the next day. It's correct. From where it comes, is it written in Hari Bhakti Vilas or?
I don't know, I can't remember it's in Hari Bhakti Vilas. You know?
I remember it from Puja Padatis, Archana Padatis, but where exactly? So we learn it from Mayapur Gurukul, from Jari school.
All these rules of purity and impurity are from Puranas, from Pancharashika literatures and Puranas, about which cloth is pure, which is impure, and how to purify metals and conch shell. Many things are in Hari Bhakti Vilas, but I get confused sometimes. I read all these Puranas also talk about all this stuff. But the point is that silk is pure and wool is pure. And generally for puja, if people do puja, they should have some pure outfit. They can just wear it every day for puja. And wash it once a week or 2 weeks, whatever. You know, like Jananivas in Mayapur, I used to take lunch with them every day in the sunrise. Stayed in Mayapur for 2 months, about 8-9 years in a row, from '93 to 2000. And I would take lunch with Jananivas and Mankajangri. And they would be on the altar, because after they do the deity thing, they come in a room in a conch building, or not conch building, some other building, maybe it's nearby the deity room. And I would go over there and meet them, and 3 of us would take Mahaprasad together. So they would come, they would have their dhotis, I don't know if they were cotton, whatever they were, I guess they were maybe